Chair. With respect to the second item dealing with the 2009 multiplex referendum, I would like to put forth an amendment, and the amendment would provide that in addition to the locations for polling areas exhibited in Appendix A and B, and the special polls listed in Appendix C, that there be added a additional poll at SciAS Palliser campus to take place on Thursday, February the 19th, 2009, from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. And that be obviously an advance poll that's added to the advance polls enumerated that are taking place at the City of Moose Jaw.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder? Second. Councillor Schwinghammer. Discussion on the motion. Councillor Swanson.
I would anticipate that is to facilitate the voting of SciAS students. Correct. I would encourage all residents of Moose Jaw to vote, but why not have an advance poll other than at City Hall elsewhere in the city? I had a call today from someone wondering if there's going to be an advance poll in South Hill, and I would think that if we're going to be reconsidering the advance poll situation, that we look at it more broadly than just picking one for at SciAS. I know that the residence requirement is 6 months, I believe, is it not?
3 months. The residency requirement in the province is 6 months. The residency requirement in the city is 3 months.
3 months. Well, I'm going to amend the amendment, and that another advance poll be established on South Hill at the same time.
Okay, seconded the amendment. So voting then on the amendment. Discussion on that item. Councillor Chow.
I guess first of all, I'll speak to my amendment, and I'll speak to Councillor Swanson's amendment. The purpose of the amendment, Councillor Swanson, is, and for the benefit of council and everyone in the gallery as well, is because I was contacted by not only instructors but also some students at SciAS Palliser campus who advised that the concern they had was that in some cases they commute and do not reside in Moose Jaw. In most cases they do, but as well some of them have extracurricular activities that may possibly preclude them from voting at the regular poll across the street. And for that reason, and again, because it was a request to me, I was not contacted by anybody requesting a poll in South Hill, and so I'm not in a position to speak to that, but certainly with respect to this one, as we know, because of the short timelines and the desire on the part of City Council to have the referendum heard as quickly as possible and to deal with the matter, hopefully with some finality, that there wasn't a great deal of opportunity to consider the location of polls beyond what was recommended to us by the administration. And again, subsequent to that, I was contacted by a number of people from SciAS Palliser campus, both students and instructors as well, who'd indicated that they had hoped that there would be an advance poll located there so that the students who do qualify to vote would be able to avail themselves of that opportunity.
Thank you. Councillor Lunny.
Thank you. Well, speaking, I guess, to, I wasn't going to speak to this, but I think it qualifies here. I mean, I've had the same question, not the same question, but questions from people who aren't, are going on holidays at the end of January and are gone till the end of February, who don't get to vote, and I thought that some sort of mail-in ballot or something might have helped. I mean, we could set up advance polls all over the place for people, and I don't know. I mean, on both sides of the issue, absolutely, we want everybody to come out and vote and state what their preference is on this project, whether you're for it, against it. Everybody come out and vote. But I guess I just don't understand the, I mean, those students, a lot of them have ways of transportation and they can get around, and some of them maybe can't, but I don't see why they can't vote at City Hall.
I would like to think that the request by the SciAS people that contacted me is indeed practical, and again, it's, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Councillor Looning, that it is an advantage, I think, for us to have as large a turnout as possible, because then, of course, whatever the outcome is, it's quite clear that the outcome, hopefully, is representative of the position of the community as a whole, and there's no argument subsequently that the voter turnout was so low that we can't gauge anything by it in terms of the community's support or lack of support for the project. And so it's ideal that as many people as possible come out and vote. But that being said, again, the reason that I'm making the request to amend that particular report is simply because I was contacted by representatives of SIAST who asked that I do it, and it seemed to me to make a lot of sense. And that's why I'm bringing it forward.
Thank you. Councillor.
Thank you, Your Worship. So just 2 follow-up questions then through you to Mr. Galkataiko. So first question is, or I guess Mr. Acker, or whoever is there going to be an additional cost to those advance polls, a little bit, or not much, or would there be any additional cost?
I can speak to that. We would be required to station polling election officials at that location. I would expect at least 2 to 4 individuals at that location, so it would be a few $100s.
The rules for voting, I know, and this might be a moot point, because it doesn't say anywhere that you have to be a taxpayer, correct? You just have to be a resident for 3 months, or do you have to be a taxpayer to vote? From my understanding, I don't think that's included, is it?
Chair, the council is correct. The criteria are that you must be a resident. Property ownership is not a requirement.
Right, and that's what I've always been, you know, on an issue such as this, and this is where I'm going to maybe draw the line here and say that we've accommodated the advance polls in my mind accordingly, and as much merit as Councillor Chow's amendment has, and as much as Councillor Swanson's has, I also really would have liked to have seen some of those people that aren't going to be here be able to vote. And then, you know, there is the other concern where there are tax consequences on this referendum, whether it's yes or no. And so, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to vote in favor of the amendments. I think we've accommodated the advance polls as much as we can. I'm going to reiterate again, I would have liked to have seen a mail-in ballot if we could have done that for the people that are out of town, but we could be setting these things up, and even though it's minimal cost, we could be setting them up all over the place, and I just think that we've done, you know, the week ahead with the hours we've allocated is good, and I mean, people are aware to go out and vote, and I hope that they do, so thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Swanson.
Well, the purpose of the amendment to establish a advance poll at SIAS is to facilitate ease for voters at the advance poll. And my amendment also would seek to do the same thing, to facilitate ease for voters at an advance poll. And we could also set up advance polls on West End and Sunningdale to facilitate ease for people to vote at advance polls. And I think that if we're going to start having mobile or outside of City Hall advance polls to facilitate the ease of voting for certain people, we should extend that same gratitude to all areas of the city. So, which would, I think, involve establishing probably at least 4 or 5 advance polls, not just one.
Thank you. I have Councillor Findlay.
Thank you, Mayor McBain. Yes, as far as the advance polls go and mail-in ballots, I was very much in favor of having a mail-in ballot, but it wasn't to be. I think because SIAST has requested to have an advance poll there, I think it's important because these are mostly young people that go there, and to have young people interested and wanting to vote is very encouraging. So I very much would like to see an advance poll at SIAST. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Seguin-Landry.
Yes, I just had a question about the motion, that's all. Is the amendment only referring to advance poll, or is it also to, or is there a poll there already for the for election day? Is it just an advance poll, or is it for both?
Chair, there would not be a polling station at SIAS campus for the actual election day. I believe the King George School is the nearest location.
Okay, thank you.